right, today we are at One Family Fitness with Dino. So Dino, I guess tell people what this place is, who you are.
For sure, yeah. So One Family Fitness has been here for just over 5.5, 6 years now, and we're in the heart of River Park South. We're a strength training community, focused on getting families more active, starting from ages 8 and up. My wife and I have both been in the fitness industry for quite a long time. I've been doing this as a personal trainer for almost 20 years now, and our community has grown over the last few years. We've survived 2 years of a pandemic, and now we're just kind of focusing on the future by getting into some niche groups like powerlifting, bodybuilding, youth sport, teen strength training, all that kind of stuff. But our main goal is just creating a safe and fun and comfortable atmosphere to get stronger.
So what is your passion? Why did you open this? What gets you excited to come here every day?
Just seeing people achieve their goals. The thing about fitness is it's very easy to set a goal. It's very easy to achieve that goal, and it's so easy to make that goal personal, right? So we're all unique, but we can all have very unique yet timely goals. We can set a deadline, we can set a goal, and we can check that off, and we can feel good about it, and then we can set the next goal. And it doesn't have to be about the way you look. It doesn't have to be weight loss. It can be, I want to get a little stronger. I want to feel more muscle in my arms. I want clothes to fit better. But just checking off a goal every month or every couple months is positive, and people feel good, and I feel good when I can do that for someone. And it's almost guaranteed. You hire a trainer like myself, you're gonna get some type of positive result. So that's kind of what inspires me, keeps me going. That and having people that want to do kind of more, want to take it to the next level, right? People that want to compete in something. We've got people from 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 who are competing in multiple sports. We have a 75-year-old doing his first bodybuilding show for his 75th birthday.
Oh, that's awesome.
We have 60-year-old plus world record holders in powerlifting. We have my daughter, who's 9 years old, is going to do her first competition in powerlifting in March. So
cool.
There's different ways we can, positively motivate all age groups, all demographics to be more active, to take up healthy habits, to do things that are lifelong, that aren't short-term, that aren't, quick fads that kind of fall off after a few months. We're about creating a sustainable lifestyle, right? Changing people's lives for the better, for the rest of their life. And it just makes me feel so good to talk about it, but that's what we do here, and that's why people enjoy it here.
So I think a lot of people, public perception of a bodybuilder is super jacked, giant, juiced, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But that's not necessarily the case.
No.
Especially even for females, I think a lot have a fear of lifting because they don't want to get super bulky.
Yeah.
But it's actually quite the opposite. You can be wickedly lean and small and lift.
Yeah, for sure. I think the first thing is to realize that each person is different and they all have their own goals.
Yeah.
And
because some want to be.
Yeah, some want to be big and strong and whatever, and that's their goal, and it's not our job to make them feel bad about that being their goal. But I think a lot of people see these extremes and assume that's the norm. And if that was the norm, everybody would be walking around like that because it would seem easy, but it's not easy. Those people have specific goals and they work towards those specific goals and they do everything it takes to get to those goals. Whereas, the average person just wants to look a little better, feel a little better, have more confidence, maybe be a little healthier, get off some medication. And those are things we can do with strength training and proper nutritional guidance and managing stress and learning to be, more flexible and more mobile, and just incorporating small things into our day and our week. One thing at a time. We're not trying to do an all or nothing approach. We're not trying to be extreme. It's about, just baby steps throughout the way, and starting as young as we can, but there's no time is too late to start, right? It's fine to start in your 70s, 60s, 50s, because it only takes, a few months to start noticing some changes, so.
Well, and I think that just from a life and function standpoint, you always have to bend over. You always have to lift things up, and having that strength to carry you through your whole life is really important.
Yeah, for sure. I always tell people there's no downside to being stronger, right? What is the downside to being stronger than you were yesterday? There is no downside, right? So, and the thing about aging, especially, as we age, we're both parents, and we're gonna get older, and we've seen our parents get older and stuff like that. Like, you're gonna lose muscle mass and bone mass as you age. You're probably gonna move less. You're probably gonna put on a little bit of body fat. And those are things that we can completely change if you take on things like lifting weights, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be every day.
And it doesn't have to be super heavy.
And it doesn't have to be crazy, right? It's relative to your own abilities. And we're doing it 2 times a week to start, right? Like, that's the minimum kind of recommendation, is that you start lifting twice a week, you kind of take it from there and see how you progress. But even myself, like, I'm training for a national competition in 2 months, and I'm not lifting every day. I'm not lifting 5 days a week. I'm generally lifting 3 or 4 times a week. And that's to compete at a very high level. So I think people have a lot of misconceptions of what type of commitment is required to be healthy. And our job is to communicate that it's not as intimidating, daunting, it's not as big of a commitment as they think. And they can start very small and kind of progress, you know, as they go.
Okay. Can we also talk like about the size of your gym? Because I think there's all different sizes of gyms.
Sure.
I think really big ones can be really daunting. And I feel like yours, like, it's this nice tight-knit space.
Yeah, so our facility is a little different in that we have a membership cap. So what that means is, like, we're not out here to get 10,000 members and pack the space and all that kind of stuff. We have a cap membership at a few hundred, and, you know, when people leave, we can accept new members. So already there, you know that you're not going to come in, it's going to be overwhelmingly packed. You know, generally speaking, you can come in and get your workout in even at peak hours. But yeah, the space is small, it's welcoming, we have lots of light. We have all the intimidating strength equipment, but we try to have it laid out so that it doesn't look as off-putting as walking into a strictly, you know, strength-based or powerlifting or those type of gyms. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because there is a market for that.
Totally.
But we are focusing on people that may have never been in a gym before, or when they did, it was too intimidating, it was too busy, there's too many people around, or they just felt like they had no help. A lot of people will sign up and fall off. We know that if people don't get a trainer, they're probably gonna quit within the first 3 months. If they're a first-time gym member, they're probably, like, it's very likely they'll quit within the first 3 months if they didn't get a coach. So, and that's why the main thing that we offer here when you sign up is a goal-setting session with a trainer.
Okay.
And then we lay out some options for, you know, low cost, premium, and no cost in order to get you at least on a plan, right? So you're gonna have a plan when you sign up here, no matter who you are, what your budget is, and the goal is to, you know, get you with a coach to start, because we know that if you can stick it out for 3 months, you're probably gonna keep going.
Yeah, and like, I have coaches in like so many different aspects of my life.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know how important it is just for every single different goal you have, like to have a coach and that person that helps to guide and propel you.
We see that a lot, especially in, like, the corporate world. People are hiring corporate coaches, you know, for job transitions or to get better in a field. You know, we're cool with paying someone to teach us to be better in so many aspects of our life, but people will join a gym and think they can just do it on their own. And the reality is that statistically, you're not gonna succeed unless you get help, especially if you're new. So yeah, we try to encourage people to see the value in hiring a coach, sticking it out for a while, and learning as much as you can from that person. We're not trying to hold a secret formula and coach you. We're trying to give you all of the information we can in the time that we have with you, so that you can be independent, so you can do this on your own, so you can keep coming back. And we see that in that most of our members here have been with us since we opened, or even before. They're former clients of mine who I've been training for 10 years, right? Like, people stick to it a long time, as long as they have the skills and the education, so.
Yeah, can we talk more about kids?
Yeah, for sure. I have kids, you have kids.
Yeah, I've got kids.
We love
Our kids
kids
are the same age.
Yes. Yeah.
What does it look like for a kid, like, to be in this space and to be? I've got a 6-7-year-old now who's obsessed with his abs and loves working out.
Yeah.
So what would that look like for him coming into this space?
Yeah, so one of the unique things that we have here is we have been able to get insurance for kids 8 and up. So what that means is, like, most gyms you're gonna go into, you're gonna have to be 12 or 15 or 16 in order to participate. With the coaches that we have and what we're allowed to do here, we can focus on ages 8 and up. And the reason for that is we don't want the younger kids putting their fingers in things.
Oh, totally. Right? Well, and like one machine like falling can
this is dangerous stuff,
totally.
Right? So education is a key component of starting. So
and responsibility
and learning personal responsibility. So you know, we're teaching kids that start at 8, you know, basically gym etiquette, right? We try to focus on play less than structure, right? So kids that age really don't need a regimen. They don't need to be, coming in 3 times a week doing this. It's more like, what do you feel like learning today? Let's teach you a new skill. Let's make sure that you're having fun. Let's make sure that you're getting your heart rate up. Let's do it safely. So there's different things that we focus on when we're talking about youth, but at the same time, one of the cool things is that there's youth powerlifting, competitive powerlifting. So what we do with that is we offer small amounts of structure and teach them the 3 core lifts, which are the squat, the deadlift, and the bench press. And we use modified equipment so that it's, kids aren't using the adult equipment, they're using things that are more to their size and their abilities, but it gives them a sport that's not your typical hockey, baseball, basketball, soccer. It's something that is teaching them life skills that they'll carry forward, right? Like if you introduce them to the gym now,
it's the habits.
It's the habits they build. If they know that they should be going once or twice a week, they'll carry that forward throughout their life, and that's the goal. We know that we have a problem with sedentary populations, obesity, people being overweight, lots of people on medication, and that starts with the youth, teaching them new skills, teaching them the value of being healthy and doing these activities weekly. So.
Okay. Any last final remarks that you wanted to tell us all about your business?
All about my business. No.
Well, come down, sign up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, come down, sign up. When you do sign up, again, our goal is to get you to think about your goals and how you can achieve them, and know that we'll support you in achieving them. And all of us benefit if you achieve your goals, right? So you're not going to come in and be, on your own and left to kind of drown in confusion and being lost. We're here to support you. I know there are people that sign up and just do their own thing, but knowing that you have that support is very important. Also, we have a very welcoming community. Most people know each other. We're not here to judge you. We're not here to make you feel bad about any of your limitations or lack of knowledge. We want to provide the best experience possible, and that's what we stand by. So hopefully this is appealing to someone out there, and you can visit our website and sign up, or you can just book a consultation and come down and see for yourself.
Perfect. Thank you.